Hi guys, it's your girl Ella.
What's up, guys? It's Femi.
It's your boy Tee.
And welcome to another episode of
Small
Chats. Come on, yeah. So guys, well, we're actually not drinking anything today. I actually got my water, I got my water.
I was drinking, but they don't sponsor us, so I didn't want to show
Yeah,
their
so you didn't want to show it. This is true.
and Brandon.
Yeah, and our boy, our is on a journey. So we're supporting him through this journey.
Yes, they are.
You know what I mean? So he's not drinking anything today, but we'll support you through this. So we'll drink for you.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Ramadan Mubarak to you all.
Yeah.
Ramadan Mubarak.
You know,
And by the time this comes out as well, I think Lent would have started or finished. Easter would have come, so we should greet them for that too. Happy Lent, wherever you're giving.
what are you
Easter.
giving up? What are you guys giving up? Let me know. But guys, how's your week?
Oh man, my week's just been the same, man. Just been working. Been very disappointed with my sports team. Arsenal have really broken me this year. They've really broken me, man.
Yeah.
I can't even watch the sports anymore, man.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep the faith and believing, but they done me dirty. So a lot of this week was just recovering from the pain of the loss of all those matches.
Well, it's a relationship, and it's always been an abusive relationship.
Yeah. And I realize it, and I'm feeling it even more. How am I allowing a football team to affect my mood? And they don't pay me no money.
They don't.
They don't know my name.
They really don't. Do you know what? I'm so glad he's saying that, because if I was to say that to someone, to a guy, you don't understand.
Yeah, I still hear it though. Like it's a twisted relationship where
You're
we're locked
about
in,
the team.
and you can't give up. You can't quit.
Because it's a relationship. You don't just you have to be going through serious things to ask for a divorce.
Yeah, and you have to want to be there for the ups and downs.
So my week.
Yeah, how was your week, T?
My week was interesting. So I was supposed to go to Budapest. I didn't make it there.
Why?
I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Why I didn't make
Alright.
it, but I didn't make it there.
You know what? God was protecting you from something.
Do you know what? That is what my parents said.
Yeah, I'm telling you, God was protecting you.
Because I don't understand how that happened.
Do you see all these planes that's doing boo 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 boo? God was protecting you. I'm telling you. We thank God. We thank God.
But my friends went. They had a great time. It was for my friend's birthday. He had an amazing time, and that was great for me to see, because I helped plan all the stuff that was happening
That would
there.
have pained me even more. But
No, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I had to park my own feelings and focus that this trip was about him.
Very true.
And as soon as the birthday went, so I think the birthday was like on the Thursday. As soon as the birthday had left, and I knew that everything had ran smoothly and everything that I'd planned had happened accordingly, and everybody had done their parts, I just archived the group chat.
Can you say when you found out you couldn't go to Budapest or?
The night before.
So my week.
About to check in, actually. I'd packed my suitcase.
Can we hurry up this episode? I want to find out what happened.
So my week was so stressful. Like my new job, it's been very, like, at first it was good because, getting into the groove of it. But like now I'm feeling the pressure more because it's like more workload. Like this week literally showed me how much workload I'm going to have to deal with. Of course, like I wanted the challenge. That's why I wanted the new job. Yeah. Wanted the challenge, got the challenge. And now the challenge is really challenging. It's really showing me pepper.
They said, welcome to corporate.
Do you get what I mean? And yeah, to be honest, at the beginning of the week, the anxiety was going up. But like towards the end, it got better. And I was actually on the roll. So we thank God, and we thank God for progress during the week. But yeah, it was just very, very busy.
You see how you're finding it quite challenging now. Don't you find it interesting how, like, in 10 years' time, when obviously you're going to aspire for more, the responsibilities are going to get bigger and bigger. Yeah. Isn't that scary for you?
Listen, do you know
it's
what
like,
it is?
this small thing now. But
do you know
really,
what it is? I've learned that I don't want to allow fear to dictate how I live.
Yeah.
Because if I do that, I'm never going to get anywhere.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But I guess it tells you where you need to be in terms of, like, so you can actually do that role when you want to grow up.
And mentally where I need to be and how I mentally need to prepare myself.
But over time,
You just
Yeah,
you
yeah.
literally just you adapt to
You
it.
grow as well with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And as you grow, you require more.
But guys, let's do up
Small
chats. Guys, today, you know what? Let me just read something for you guys. Let me read this, and I really want your honest opinion, right?
Okay.
So I saw this post on Instagram, and it says, "My husband is making us fly home from our honeymoon after one day because he found out I sent my ex a simple goodbye text on the morning of our wedding.
I thought the rapture happened, you know.
It was a goodbye text, for goodness sake, not an I will always love you text, not a drop everything and meet me at the altar text. I needed to say goodbye to have closure on the unmarried part of my life. Please tell me, my sensitive, nostalgic girlies, do you understand?"
Well, as her girlies.
Exactly. I'm not one of them.
I'm not even your girlies, because if I was your girlies, I would have said throw that phone in the bin. As the girlies, I would have said, why is he still on your phone? Why are you still messaging him while you're about to get married? As if I was your friend, I would have been like, babe, he should have been packed in when you met your man. When you met the person that, you know, God said this is going to be your partner. Why you met? What closure do you need? How much closure do you need? Why are you looking at me like that?
Is that what you thought she was going to go with it?
Yeah, why are we agreed on the same topic today?
No,
What's going
because
on?
this is true actually. Because they're never on the same page.
No, because I'm not even trying to do up. Oh, I'm not. No,
Right is right and wrong
right
is
is
wrong.
right and wrong is wrong. So I don't understand why you thought, or why you even felt like your partner. First of all, the fact that, why is it a secret? Why did it have to be a secret? If it was a secret, you knew you were doing something wrong.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, if like,
How is he just finding out on when you've got on the honeymoon?
it's not even. Stressing me.
And the girlies that were there in the present, I'm assuming she sent it on the morning of the wedding.
Why didn't your girlies throw
Her
your
her
phone in the
bridesmaids,
bin?
none of them
Why
did
do you even have your
bridesmaids.
phone? Listen, why do you have your phone? Why are you thinking about your ex?
That is the true question. Like, at this point, we're about to walk down the aisle. You're about to start your future, and I get that maybe like a little cold feet reminiscent of like the past and whatever.
Why are you cold feet reminiscing on the day of your wedding?
That's normal. Like, people tend to get a little bit of like anxious and anxiety when they're embarking on a new journey in life, and whether that's marriage, you know, parenthood, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you lock in with the people that are in the room with you, your bridesmaids, your mother, your sister, your friends, like guys, and blah, blah, and they'll calm you down and be like, no, this is a great thing. The Lord has blessed you, blah, blah. But nobody told you that this was a terrible idea.
So was it closure, or was it
I
just
think
crossing the line?
I think that's the guy she really wanted to marry.
Yeah.
And he just didn't want
And
to get
she's
married.
reminding him that you've just lost me.
So is sending a text to your ex on your wedding day ever appropriate?
No!
It's never appropriate.
Unless, actually, there's a time when it can be. No, I don't know. Actually, I don't think it is. Even if you guys are friends and he's married somebody else and they have a new family and he's invited to the wedding, there is no reason for you to text him that morning. Actually, I take it back. No, there's no reason. There's no reason under the sun.
My thing is, like, think about it, because I always want, like, the way I move now, it's, if I'm doing something, would I be okay with him doing it? So would you like it if your partner, your husband, was doing a goodbye to his ex?
To his ex-girlfriend.
Let's play devil's advocate here now. Let's say she didn't send that text to him on the day of the wedding day or whatever, and now her mind will still be on that guy after the wedding day. Wouldn't you rather her just send that text and just be like, you know what, I'm closing this chapter and now I'm done. I don't have to think about you.
Can I just say something?
As opposed to going into the relationship and the marriage not knowing where that situation is because you haven't got that closure.
I'm so sorry. Before you even get to the ring, why are you still even thinking about your ex?
Well, I agree, but human emotions are not that black and white. I think that if she had needed closure, I would have either not got married yet, not accepted the engagement yet, or not agreed to the date of the wedding yet, or now that you know that you're engaged, begin your closure process. Because it's given very much like, I don't know how long they were engaged for, but it's given very much like we've been engaged for 6 months, and you know that I've been engaged for 6 months, and during that 6 months you haven't done anything, and I kind of maybe subconsciously want you to do something, and you haven't. So now I'm telling you that the clock has struck 12.
With that,
Cinderella has taken off her outfit.
With that mindset, you're still thinking about your ex, and you're still thinking about, okay, cool, the door's still open for my ex.
Yeah, while they were engaged, the door was still open.
My thing is, right, when you get into a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, you don't even know if it's going to lead to marriage. But it's not about, oh, my ex is still available for me, or I still want to go back. If you know that you're saying yes to this boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, you should have locked that off from the jump. That whole closure situation, I'm so sorry. I'm thinking about it from a male perspective, because genuinely, if I'm saying, oh yeah, men are very prideful. Like,
that's the reason why he cancelled the holiday. He cancelled the holiday.
Like, no,
he
genuinely,
said, get back home.
Because literally, no, it's not even just about the fact you sent the text. Why are you still thinking about your ex?
What?
On our wedding day.
I think
when you're about to drop the broom.
I think thinking.
No sense.
I think thinking is one thing. Like, you can't. Intrusive thoughts happen. Like, it might be literally your ex could be the person that you thought you were gonna marry and everything, and you get to your wedding day and you're like, oh, when I imagined this day in my life, I thought that, you know, Tade was gonna be there, and now I'm with Johnson. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is why you need to heal before you jump in a new one.
The thought can happen. It's the action for me. I haven't got nothing against the thought.
Keep your thought in your head.
A thought can happen. It's the action. You actually went and got up from your table where you're doing your makeup and said, hold on 1 second.
So let me ask you guys then. So let's say, would you rather she send a text, or she doesn't send a text, but that guy's still on his mind throughout the marriage?
So you're basically, before I answer your question, what you're saying is that her sending that text means that she won't think about him again.
Yeah, she's done her part. I see. I'm assuming that's what she thinks was going to happen.
That's what she thinks was going to happen.
Whether it will happen or not, but let's say in theory that's her plan does work. She's saying, you know what, I'm cutting you off. I'm saying goodbye to you now. Yes, on my wedding day, because I'm thinking maybe the emotions of the wedding day is what's overwhelming her. She's in her feelings, because you know what people are like with their emotions. So yeah, maybe it just got too overwhelming for her in the day. So would you rather her have done that, or her to be with you and still be thinking about someone else?
To answer that question, I would have rather she sent the text.
And that's probably where she's thinking, and that's probably why she's upset with the guy for not understanding her side of things.
So my thing is closure a valid reason for what she did?
Yeah, I think everybody is allowed to want closure. I just wish that she did her closure before.
I agree.
Like, do your closure when you got engaged, because now I'm engaged and I'm engaged to marry this man. So therefore, I need to find closure on this situation over here, because now I'm embarking on a new journey. That means that, and again, we're all guessing. Assumingly, that means up until the day of the wedding, and I could be wrong, this is just how I'm perceiving the information. Up until the day of the wedding, there is a little door that's ajar.
Maybe the person can love two people.
The person can love two people. We've already said we've already agreed that in past episodes.
So then
but
obviously there'll be a space for that kind of love for the other person, right?
You can have love for the other person, but unless you are planning, and if once you've agreed to marry this person, and this is the person you've chosen,
agreed,
then you've made the choice. Now, if you haven't chosen anybody and this person has proposed and that person has proposed and two of them have proposed and you love both of them and you're now deciding, oh, what I'm going to do, and then you've picked one and the day of the wedding you say, I'm so sorry, goodbye, because, you proposed to me too. That's a different type of parent film.
I hear you.
But the other one didn't.
I don't even know why she's married.
Unless still holding back on the love two people. You can love two people. It's very, very possible.
Let's not even do that in this episode. Because she's been alright so far today.
So was the husband's reaction valid?
Yes, he's allowed to react however he wants to react.
He's okay. I think he's reacting emotionally, and he's allowed to, so he should. But I feel like there could have been a different way to handle that. Like we could have sat down and had a conversation on the beach still, because now I've paid extra money for us to get a new flight to go back home for the holiday and the trip that I've already paid for.
But the holiday's ruined for the man. There's no honeymoon.
Actually, you're right. It's ruined.
I'm about to marry the love of my life, and I've married her, and the first day of our marriage, she's thinking about my ex.
I pick up your phone to do something, and I just have. Or maybe, do you think maybe the guy texts back that that's how he saw it?
Yeah, that'd be. Oof.
Because there'd be no like. This is the first.
This is what I'm
There'd
saying.
be no reason for them to be looking at each other's phone.
This is what I'm saying.
Oh boy, must have text back. Why in his presence? Why they're sipping margaritas?
Because she probably deleted the message after. But let's twist it now and say the guy did the same thing. Would that be okay?
No, I feel the same.
I think, regardless of gender, is the rules.
As I was saying before, because now it opens another, like you're opening the door for him to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
For you to speak about what do you mean by goodbye?
He even if he said good luck, even if that was what his response was, or I hope you have a great life, like you have opened now. You've read the message. Let's say you expected him not to reply. Like you expect him to just see the message and you were like, it doesn't matter whether he replies or not. I've got my closure now. But if he responds, your closure is now on pause because now your brain is scattered.
I think she believes she has the right intentions, but it's not landing well.
It's not landing well.
It's really not.
And I want to give her the benefit of the doubt that her intentions were pure and she, I don't want to speculate that she was trying to. Her intentions were pure. She was expecting to close a chapter of her life and she went to close it on the day of her wedding. But she should have put herself in the shoes of her husband.
Mm-hmm. The husband that most likely paid for that honeymoon.
Obviously.
And paid for the wedding.
Obviously.
And then to see a message from her ex.
So, okay, let's say, for example, let's say, hypothetically, because we don't actually know how he found out.
Yeah.
If he wasn't, or he didn't see a text message and she was like, I need to tell him. When do you think it's okay to tell him? To keep the trust and transparency in the relationship.
Oh, yeah, because she could have told him, actually.
Well, how do you say, baby, on the day of our wedding day, I went to go and text my ex that goodbye. I went to go and say, how do you say that to someone you just married? Exactly my point.
Do you?
Because I like the idea of the trust and the clarity.
He just said, do you?
I heard him. We'll get to him. I like the idea of the trust and the transparency.
Yeah.
Because honesty and transparency are not the same. Honesty is answering a question after you've been asked or after you've been probed. I mean, not probed. That sounds like your science project. But after you've been questioned. Yeah. Transparency is volunteering information that you feel like is necessary for me to know.
Yeah.
So I respect the transparency. Oh, it's a dilemma because is there a good time?
Let's see how messy these boys are.
Is there a time to tell such a thing?
I don't know when the right time is, and it also depends on the person.
It's because you never say it.
Whether they can handle it.
He dies.
Who, me?
You know it. If it was you wouldn't say anything.
No, I would. It just depends. I'm not gonna say at the beginning of my honeymoon. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to have a nice honeymoon.
I definitely wouldn't tell you on the honeymoon.
Yeah, I'll probably just wait till I come back from the honeymoon.
Oh, so not.
Maybe I just say
tell you a year later. Like, when something that reminds you, or maybe somebody did, we're watching the film and somebody in the film did, I was like, oh yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
At this point, we already have 2 children. Beef me.
I'm going to be so real. Not saying, God forbid, I would never do that. But if that was me.
In a hypothetical world.
And I decided that I wanted to do that, well, nobody on this planet Earth will ever find out. Nobody. I'm not saying I'm going to.
So what, are you saying we're the same now? That's what you just said now?
No.
Right?
I'm saying first of all, I would never be that stupid to go message my ex goodbye.
But even if you did,
nobody would find out.
Nobody would find out. And you'd also delete his number and block him after you sent the text.
I'll even say, don't contact me ever again. Don't ever contact me ever again. block, delete, done. That's how you do closure. You should have
Have
done
any
that
of you
in the
received like a closure text, like, you know what, I'm gonna cut you from my life, kind of thing?
beginning. No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How
I'm
did
just
that
okay with
go?
it.
What did you reply?
I said, do what you need to do what's best for you.
Really?
Do what you need to do. Do what's
Put
best
yourself
for you.
first.
You didn't care about that person, that's why.
Yeah.
You didn't rate them.
Have you ever got one? Or did you ever give one?
That's not exactly true, guys. Now I can't let you say that.
I've given one or I sent one.
We're gonna cut out my slow reaction.
I've received one. I don't think I've sent one. I think I've sent one before as well. Yeah, I've done it before. Just cutting them off, saying like, you know what, I'm done. Hasta la vista. Wish you all the best. All of that. Yeah, I've done
I
that.
remember.
But I also understand that you
No,
have
you don't.
experience. That you can also find closure yourself. You don't actually necessarily have to get closure from somebody.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to come and send that.
I get that's the ideal situation. The ideal situation would be for the person to give it to you. But there has been a situation where I've had to get the closure within myself, because the person had no interest in giving it to me.
Exactly. They don't
Yeah.
care about you to give you closure. They don't even care about the
Yeah.
message. They're probably laughing about it with their boys or girls.
Well, actually, I had the conversation in person.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. I had it in person.
Really?
And I said, I will allocate you this amount of time to do something about what I've just said. And the person said, I will do something about it. And I said, okay, I'll be waiting.
I think for me,
And it's
if
2025.
Is it?
I'm still waiting. Well, I'm not waiting anymore.
But do you think it's better to handle it in person rather than online? Like via texting and stuff?
Sorry, the people behind are laughing. Is it better to handle it in person or handle it
online?
I don't know. I think it depends. Like, for like using my example, it was more so like self-respect had made me draw a line in the sand.
I think what that situation makes me feel like you're not actually fully over him. You're not over that ex. Because you still want, like, I'm gonna be so real. If someone was to message me and say, oh, like, goodbye, you want convo? The heck? That's convo. What do you want? What's the goodbye meant to do? No, because why are you thinking about me? We're done. We've been done. And respectfully, no, because if you're fully over someone, you would have been tapping out in that situation time ago. Like, if it wasn't a thing where, we're not together anymore. We haven't been together for so long, because you have a whole man that you're getting married to literally this day.
And you guys have been in a relationship.
Exactly.
You've gotten
done
engaged.
how many years?
Yeah.
Release your brain.
But
Release your brain cells from me.
That would be the ideal situation, but I think we also have to be aware that emotions just don't work that way. Like, literally, she could have not thought about him at all until she stood in front of the mirror with her full glam, her full gown, everything ready behind her, and where all the brides were like, oh my god, you look amazing. She
Your
said,
priorities are in the wrong place.
last time, when I imagined this day, because women imagine their wedding, some men do too. She probably thought, when I imagined this in my mind, I imagined myself getting married to so-and-so. So that probably made her feel overwhelmed. And she sent the text. My issue is she shouldn't have sent the text. She should have sought solace and counsel in the people that are her support system in that moment.
My thing is,
I
like,
don't have an issue with her feeling how she felt.
you can feel the way you feel, understandable. At the same time, don't put an action to it. Because when your emotions are heightened, you tend to do certain things. That's why you need to go sit in your prayer closet and pray.
Yeah. She could have spoken
And
to
your
Jesus.
and your priorities are clearly in the wrong place. I'm so sorry. Focus on your focus. Like, if you know that you're literally getting married on this day, your partner is waiting for you at the church. Why is it that you're thinking about someone that clearly wasn't for you? That's me. Why are you thinking about someone that wasn't for you? Clearly it wasn't benefit, but at the same time, like you said, emotions are.
Yeah, I think it's easier said than done, because when it comes to love, there's no kind of scripting. I won't say there's no right or wrong, but there's no guide on how to live your life and how to act on love as well.
Yeah.
But
So
doesn't
yeah,
this break trust. Like, how do you rebuild that trust back with your husband? Because some people can feel like you broken my trust
But did she break his trust, or did she just do something that was inappropriate?
by going behind my back and messaging your ex, thinking, what was the goodbye gonna
Because
be?
for her, she probably thinks that by her telling him, should strengthen his trust in her.
Wait,
Yeah, that's because
but the thing is, what if she didn't? What if she didn't tell him? What if he just found out?
Well, we're speculating, but okay, let's assume that
Yeah.
he found out on day one of the honeymoon because old boy replied. Then of course broken her trust. But if she told him, she's probably the same great intention she had when she sent the text. So like, babe, guess what I did the day of holiday with my sunglasses.
Yeah. I think that's
our
because
undershorts.
some people misunderstand the values that men have when it comes
Yeah.
to those things. And no man is going to feel happy about their woman thinking about another man on
Yeah.
their wedding day.
That's what
100%.
I'm
And
saying.
that's the pride element
Like,
of it as
oh
well.
great, babe, you've got closure.
But she's thinking, oh yeah, he's happy that, oh, I've been honest. And no.
Like, that's not the first thing he's gonna think. Or even if it's like a guy doing that as well, that's not the first thing she's gonna think. It's gonna be, first of all, it's gonna be so many questions coming into someone's head, like, why did you do that? Why do you need to do that? Am I not good enough for you? Am I not like giving you enough? Am I not literally making this whole journey with you? We're trying to build a family. Why is it that you feel like you needed to go collect that closure? Why? My thing is, right, understandable, it's wedding. Why is it that the closure had to be had on this day? Why is it that you couldn't do this even before you got engaged? Because like I feel like we're jumping so far into the wedding aspect. I'm thinking the boyfriend and girlfriend aspect, because when you become boyfriend and girlfriend, no other guy should be.
Nah,
an
but
ideal
don't they say
situation-
like the best way to get over someone is to like kind of get under someone? Obviously not literally, but so what I'm trying to say is when you want to move on from someone, people just find new people, start dating them quickly. Because I'm pretty sure some of us have done that before, where we've just quickly moved on to another person after moving on from a relationship. My eyes are not in this direction for any random reason. What they are.
What, you?
There's no mirror here.
I
Do you
haven't.
not, actually, let's not go there. Let's not go back. Let's not go into the past. I was about to say, do you not remember? I was about to, but do you not, there's no need.
No, now
The
you
Femi
start.
story I was talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
But there's no need for us to go back.
But my point is that like it's not. Sorry, I just fried my brain.
Yeah, because you're trying to shade me and it didn't shade
No,
you.
but I feel like you do
Nonsense.
get over. Like you always, not you, but most people when they want to move on from someone,
They start.
they start dating people.
Yeah.
No, I get that, but from a cultural perspective as well, like, wouldn't that be disrespect? From a, like, what's the word? To be honest, I don't even want to I don't even want to speculate that she's, you know.
Yeah,
African or
I'm saying
anything,
that she
but-
had the best intentions. That's what I'm
You
going
think?
with. Yeah, I'm going with she had the best intentions. Because she literally came to the internet to be like, support me. She's looking for support on the internet. That means she genuinely believes that she didn't do anything wrong.
And she actually sent a message out to all her delusional girlies. She even asked the man them, she's like, girlies,
Yeah.
please can you just validate that I'm
Because
feeling
she
that
also
things.
knew that she probably thought like the men are going to think like her man. So she wanted to be like, would you do this, girls? Like, don't leave me on the island by myself. Like, I didn't do anything wrong.
I left you, babe, and I wasn't even looking back. Sorry. I don't agree with it. Like, I genuinely don't feel like you need to get closure on the day of your wedding day. That's wild to me.
And this is from, you know, one of your girlies telling you
Like,
the
I'm
truth.
gonna be so girl. No, do that before your wedding day. Like, way before your wedding. Like, I feel like that's just utter disrespect. Like, and it doesn't seem like you were emotionally aware of the consequences that can come from this. You're just thinking about that in the moment. But you have to think about, okay, cool, I'm actually getting married. My husband's actually out there waiting for me. Why is it that I feel like a text message to my ex,
This could have been you.
the ex,
This could have been
you know, worst situation. Do you know what could make it worse as well? If the ex was at the wedding.
I don't think he was. I don't
You
think
think?
he was because she wouldn't have needed to text him.
Another thing, you're not even friends with him.
No, they're not friends. I don't think they speak.
So what was the reason? So what was like? Okay, let's say you guys actually sent a message to your ex. Don't do that on your wedding day to get closure. What satisfaction does that breed?
I have a therapist that I would have closed before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Therapy is a thing. There's
I have
so
a
many
therapist.
ways this could have gone about, but no, like it didn't manifest. you just, your honeymoon was not had. The first couple of days of your
wedding. Ugh, that is how your wedding started. That's how your wedding started.
Your marriage.
That's how your marriage started.
like.
I hope they get over it. I hope they move past.
How do you move past that?
She'll let the man will come bring them back home early from their honeymoon. He'll be annoyed for like a couple of weeks. She'll do everything that she can do to appease him and understand where he's coming from, and maybe he'll forgive her.
Amen. I'm praying for you, sis. Hopefully the closure that you asked for really...
Hopefully it was worth it.
Yeah, hopefully it was worth it. And do you guys ever feel like sometimes social media, bringing things like this to social media, does it make it worse or make it better?
Depends, because also, and this is just personally, like, in a relationship, I'm okay to deal with things when it's just you and I that know, or people that we've chosen and picked to share with. The moment it becomes public information, now I feel like
I don't even want to get involved anymore. I'm tired. This isn't our situation anymore. It's everyone's.
Now we all know.
Yeah.
I don't think any good
That's
comes from it.
embarrassment.
Yeah.
No good comes from putting your stuff online.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because
Pure embarrassment. Now you have embarrassed me in the middle of the street. Our business is hot topic.
yeah, so now it's just don't you think it's gonna make the whole situation even worse?
Yes.
For them. Oh, girl. So my thing
And
is
even if I had forgiven you, I know this sounds crazy,
Yeah.
but even if I had forgiven you privately, now I can't forgive you publicly because now I have Now I have opinions. Like, look at that mumu. Yes, just accept it.
yeah, and people be cussing you and you're oh my god.
Too many opinions. Now there's so many chefs in the kitchen. You're trying to make jollof rice. You can't even decide whether you're making Nigerian or Ghanaian. Everything is just all over the place. Yeah, no, I'm not here for it.
So what are the pros and cons of closure? There's like, have you guys ever gotten closure? Like, did you ever feel like you needed to get closure?
Yes, I have felt like I needed to get closure.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I gave it to myself because the person did not give a heck.
I get that. I've had to do that as well, to be honest. I've had to do that. What about you?
Same as T, yeah. I've had to get closure, but I've done it myself, really.
Yeah. So why can't you just do that? Go and sit down in your prayer closet and just pray about it. It works.
No, when I said, actually, I done it myself before reaching out. I did reach out, but I reached out with the expectation that I might not get what I want from this conversation. So the moment I was at peace with that, it made me sending that final text easier because it's when you go in expecting them to be like, okay, I understand, or if you're not sure what you're expecting and you don't get what you're expecting, it can fry you. So
Yeah.
that's what I
You
had.
could also think that you've gotten over something, you've gotten closure from something or from somebody, and then you see that person and engage in conversation with that person, and all these emotions come back up, and you're like, I thought I was over this.
Yeah, no, because certain little things can trigger a large emotion.
It could be a song, your song that you handed the person.
Oh yeah.
It could be I Still Love You.
I think it's the songs though for me.
No, I hear that. There's that one
On
song.
song, you hear it.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to hear it. Oh my gosh, please.
That's the one with the high note, and that's the only high note you can hit as well.
The climax.
No, facts. So like, do you feel like getting closure is always best before you enter a new chapter because it provides peace and like you're ready for that new opportunity?
I think that's an ideal situation, but the world doesn't work that way.
Agreed. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like in this situation, because emotions are always changing, which is definitely understandable. But I think for you to understand emotionally that you're actually going to go and emotionally invest yourself in somebody else, it's got to be a thing where you're okay with, I know this might sound crazy, but you need to be okay with any possibility that comes with that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you need to be okay with, okay, cool, this guy can move mad as well, but I need to be okay with that to be able to
Us
move
overthinkers,
on.
we know that.
Oh
We
my
think of
gosh.
three, 4, 5, 6 different
babe.
scenarios. Am I okay with all 6 scenarios that I just
Babe.
pictured? Yes.
No,
Okay, go ahead.
fact.
If I think there's one of those scenarios I'm not okay with, then we play
Let's
Russian
cool
roulette
down.
with probability.
No,
If
facts.
I say,
No,
this is too
literally.
risky, I'll just sit down.
No, that's literally so me. Like, even before moving on, you need to be okay with, you know what, any possibility can come from this. You can be a weary or you can be a,
You can
I just
be
have to be
weird.
okay with either. I think you need to be okay with any possibility. That's what I'm saying. Like, closure aspect, I don't know. I think going to physically act on your closure, sometimes it's not worth it, because you might not be okay with the next. Because my thing is, for you to get closure there and then, are you okay with the partner you have? Clearly you're not, because you still feel like...
We're also forgetting that the partner that you have currently might be a stepping stone to the partner that's supposed to be for you. So yes, the closure might not have been worth it right now because you've messed up what you thought was for you. But you still got closure from over here. And maybe this doesn't work out, but you'll meet somebody else.
I received a message from someone saying, oh yeah, like in their closing message, saying that I know I'm going to be, thanks for everything. And then from what I've learned from us, I know that I'll be a good wife to my future husband. That was her focus. It's just like, yeah, future husband. Like,
That's good.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm so happy for you.
And she probably made him a better husband for his future wife too.
Children
Alright.
don't bother me.
Okay. But anyway, guys, I have some wedding scenarios for you.
Okay.
A quick one. Would you ever invite an ex to your wedding?
Depends on the relationship.
Okay.
Are you in a new relationship that you've moved on? Are you and I like purely friends? How long ago did we break up? Does my new wife or spouse, do you guys know each other? Are you guys cool?
My gosh, guys. Okay, let me tell you this scenario that I was in, right? So basically, this is so funny and so awkward.
Now I want to know.
Basically, there was I don't know if I should say it, but no, basically there was a guy I was talking to in the past, right? So cool. We're calm. There's no wahala. There's no, like, we're blessed, right? But he's in a new relationship, right?
Yes.
So cool. I mean, I'm just vibing. I'm in my business.
Okay.
Cool now. So he messages me saying, oh, like, he's got this thing happening. Like, he wants to invite me. Bear in mind, he's in a relationship. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I don't mind.
Do you know his girlfriend?
No. I don't know.
Is his girlfriend going to be there?
Yeah, his girlfriend's gonna be there.
Okay.
Then me in my head, I'm thinking, wait, pause. After I already said yes, I had to go and think like, wait, come. This guy's in a new relationship. The girl's not gonna like it, and I don't want to be around.
How long ago did you guys break up?
We were never together. We just spoke.
You were just like your little yay.
Anyway.
That's not that serious then.
Yeah.
That's not that serious.
However, he comes back to me. He was like, oh, I spoke to my girlfriend about it, and she said she feels some type of way about it. I don't know. He was like, oh, I don't know why she feels like that, but she said she feels some type of way about it. I was like, oh no, that's totally understandable. I get what she's talking about, because I actually do get what she's talking about. But I was just like, oh, sorry. But like, I didn't feel a type of way about getting disinvited, because I don't care. It wasn't even a thing that I wanted. Like, it was just like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I was just like, oops. But like, I definitely understand where the girl is coming from, because it's like, why do you want your... Anyway, I said too much. But yeah, why do you want your...
That's my response.
What about you? Would you invite your ex to your wedding?
Nah, I don't need her there to be at my wedding. And in general, if I was to consider inviting an ex to a wedding, it would really depend on how much I love them. If I really give a shit about them, then come enjoy the free food.
This love
But
thing,
if-
people are just throwing it up and
No,
down.
but like it depends on how deep you were with that person and how things ended and stuff like that as well. I wouldn't
You
invite.
proposed to them and then, ready to get married, and then the
Exactly.
proposal fell apart. Now you're marrying somebody else.
I wouldn't.
and you
I
invite them
wouldn't.
to your wedding.
I wouldn't want to invite anyone that can change or make a little slight shift to my emotional
Or the
being on the
energy
day
of the room.
or the energy. Yeah.
Wishing me well with your evil eyes.
That's interesting. Is it okay to stay in touch with an ex after you're married?
Again, depends on relationship.
Depends.
Like, if we're not friends, if you're not a family friend, like your family is friends with my family,
Yeah, I hear that.
then no, not really. What are we talking about?
There's nothing to say. Really, what about you?
Yeah, same as T. Really, not really. It just really depends. There might be some special scenarios, but in most cases,
Ooh, but
No.
what about if your family are still friends
With who?
with the ex?
Why
Because you know
they
the
friends with-
situations where the family are cool with the ex-girlfriend, with the ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend. So whenever there are family functions, family invite them.
No, don't do that. What do you mean? What the heck? Who's your family here? Me or the person?
Don't, to be fair, I would tell my family, I'd be like, listen,
What the heck?
all of you sit down. Because clearly you want to cause trouble in my
Like,
household.
what the heck? Nah, G, what
Pick
the
a
heck?
side.
Any side, and there's only one right side. What the heck? What do you mean you want to invite an ex that I'm not even cool with? No, possible.
They came to the cookout.
The cookout is not for you. Go back home. There's food at home.
Your mum is like, what for? I've saved your Tupperware.
There's food at home. There's food at home. Don't come around here. There's food at home. What the heck? Like, nah. What's your biggest wedding deal breaker? Like,
What would make me call off a wedding?
yeah.
Depending on how, because there's cold feet, but then there's, I'm not sure I actually want to get married.
That's crazy.
If you're unsure, like if this is a major decision, if you are really, really unsure, let's pause. Let's park this.
Let's not even pick
I'm
a
not even
date.
saying like let's break up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like this wedding cannot be happening if you're unsure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can't
definitely.
enter the marriage and go, oh no, this really ain't for me.
That's crazy. I definitely understand that though. Why are you questioning it when you know?
Before you got into
Yeah.
it.
Like, I think that's another thing that we speak about, like spirit of fear. Like, you're scared because of this is a new chapter, this is a new journey. Like, that's what we were speaking about earlier. Like, there's gonna be certain things in the future that's gonna be like new challenges, new this, but you need to be willing to learn and grow from it. Like, even now, I'm learning, I'm growing. Like, come on, man, you gotta
We
do
see
that.
you. We see you evolving. We see you growing.
So... What about you, Femi? Biggest wedding deal breaker?
Wedding deal breaker. I don't know, just cheating on me before the wedding.
That's any deal
Yeah,
breaker.
I didn't even say that because I'm assuming that wouldn't be a thing.
Oh,
That's literally anything deal breaker. No, but
What if it's one of the strippers from the bachelorette party? Sorry, I'm just being ridiculous.
there's no way that can.
I'm just being
Did
ridiculous.
I make it better? I don't know.
I'm just being ridiculous. I just wanted to be silly.
Nah, yeah, I think that. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe she's hit a family member or something like that. Done something to a family member on the day. It has to be really extreme. But it will have to be really extreme for me to want to call off the wedding.
yeah.
On the day, unless it's for what T said.
Yeah, I think for me, it's the questioning, like, I don't know if I want to do this. Baby, why did you propose to me if you don't want to do this? The heck? Move.
I know guys who've just gotten married because of the pressure and just said, you know what?
Because of what?
The pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get pressured, please. But guys, last thing. Give me one word you can say about this whole situation. One thing that you feel like, for me, delusion. You were delusional, if you ever thought, yeah, anything great was gonna come out of that. Delusional. One word.
Hurting.
Eee. Anyway, that's never.
I would
Delusion.
say selfish.
Okay, that's another word. That's
I would
good.
say selfish.
Yeah.
Because she's still stuck in her intentions.
Yeah.
As opposed to the effect of what she's done.
Yeah.
But imagine how messed up she must be emotionally, just even to be thinking about that on her wedding day. Like, even that might even help hurt her more as well.
Like,
Where, like, oh my God, it's my wedding day. I'm even texting.
because
him,
now
blah,
she's
blah, blah.
in limbo. Like, she's literally in limbo about
it's the pain
everything.
rather
She
than
doesn't sound like she's in limbo. She sounds like she's decided she picked her man that she wants to marry. She wanted the ex-man to know that deuces. And now she's like, but why are you tripping? I said goodbye. I'm here with you. She is not hurting. She is fine. She's probably hurting with the result of her probably telling her husband, her husband finding out. But in terms of the actual action, she doesn't see anything wrong with what she did. That's why she's asking her sensitive girlies.
Guys, don't go message
She
your
asked them
ex.
standard girlies with common sense. She said the sensitive ones that are really emotional.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You can't act out of emotion. I'm so sorry. No, it's not good.
But anyway,
Guys, it's been fun. It's been very, very interesting. And it's been so interesting to see that these guys Especially him. That's always against me. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. Thank you so much. And thank you for listening to another episode of Small Chat.